here is roughly cutting up some carrots, skins on, for a nice garden vegetable soup. Mostly all the vegetables came from the garden, and it's always a bonus to have your own garden. And if you don't, if you live in the city or something, you can always go to the store and purchase your vegetables. I also have some roughly chopped basil and roughly chopped parsley, which we're going to be using later for our vegetable soup. Right now I got some fresh zucchini from the garden. I got two nice ones here I'm going to cut up and put in the soup. I like to cut the seeds out of my zucchini when I'm making stuff. I don't think the seeds are that great for you. A lot of people leave them in when they're making stuff, especially like when they're making zucchini pancakes or whatever. I don't really care for the seeds, I'll tell you that much. I don't find them very fulfilling. Same as anything else, you really don't like the seeds. Unless you got pumpkin seeds, of course, or something like that, but I like to cut the seeds out. Especially when you got an abundance of zucchini. So, alright, we're going to roughly chop these and get all our ingredients together and we'll put them in a bowl. And then we'll be right back. I'm going to roughly chop an onion for the soup. When I'm peeling the onion, I like to take, instead of the first skin, make sure you get like the second skin too, because most of the time it's dry and it's kind of tough. So all you do is see that skin, so you want to take the skin off with that next one layer off too. And what we'll do, we'll just finely chop this up. Not finely chop, roughly chop for the soup. I'm going to saute these in the beginning. What we're going to do now is get a couple cloves of garlic and cut the ends off, and we're going to chop that up too. We'll just give it a little tap. It makes the skin come right off. So I'm going to get some more garlic and we're going to continue that. So we're just going to roughly chop the garlic up there, and we're going to cook this with the onions. Always try to make a claw when you're using the knife, this way you don't cut your fingers. Like this, where it's like the back of your hand, so you're not really going to cut your fingers if you make the claw type. So we're just going to chop these up for the soup. Now if you don't like garlic or any other vegetable, you don't have to add it. Add the vegetables you like to the soup. Like I said, it's a garden vegetable soup, it's your soup. So I'll say if you don't like carrots, don't add carrots. You don't like zucchini, don't add zucchini. Alright, we got a standard vegetable soup. We got carrots and stir fry mixed in with some corn, some garlic, onion. We're using zucchini, basil, and parsley. These are mostly all from the garden. Nice vegetable soup. So what we got in the pan here is some olive oil coated at the bottom. Nice coating, and what we're going to do to that, let that come to a little heat, and we're going to saute these onions. It's just going to be a little process. We're going to let this cook for a little bit so it comes to a good simmer. Then we'll add the garlic and we'll add the rest of the stuff. Okay, we're just sauteing these a little bit. Let them softening up. We're going to add step by step each one. So let's come into a nice simmer. We're going to add some garlic to it. We're going to stir that around and let that sit in there for a while so we get some flavor. Yeah, a little skin on that one. Throwing some skin into the game. All right, take that skin out. And we're going to let that sit. Yeah, just enough till we get some flavor and some smells. It's really bringing out the garlic smell right now. So then we're going to add some carrots to that. I'm going to stir that around. Soak up all the goodness. And we're going to let that simmer for a couple minutes. Bring all those flavors together. Alright, the carrots are starting to have a nice smell to them and very powerful. Very nice. Now we're gonna add some zucchini to it. That's a lot of zucchini. A lot of this is gonna, what do you call it, simmer down a little. So I'm gonna mix that in there really good and keep mixing and let this cook all together. And give that a couple more minutes. Like I said, it's enjoyable, it's a process, it's very healthy soup for you and your family. The vegetables went down some, so we're gonna add, I got some frozen mixed stir-fry vegetables with a can of corn. So that's gonna take a little bit longer. We also cut up some cherry tomatoes to give us some more vegetables. All right, let this simmer for, geez, maybe about 5-10 minutes. We'll keep mixing this up, and we'll move on to the next vegetable. So, see you in a little bit. So that simmered down. We added the vegetables and it's starting to come to a boil. There is one thing that's not a vegetable in here, and that's mushrooms, and that's a fungi. So, yeah, fungi, vegetable, meatless soup. And right now we're gonna add the rest of it. We're gonna add the roughly chopped basil, mix that around good. I'm gonna start adding the rest of the ingredients. Like I said, all this will come down. Oh, tons of flavor. And parsley, fresh chopped parsley. As you can see, half the pot is filled with vegetables. Now I'll go down a little bit, and the rest we'll add the water in. And on the side, we'll cook some noodles or whatnot. And you could add them in a bowl of soup. Great for a nice, anytime, summertime, wintertime. You could freeze it. Like I said, this soup goes fast. My wife loves this soup and the kids, they eat it right up. Especially with some fresh bread. All right, we'll let that simmer for a while, and then we'll add the water. All right, we're getting ready to add the water. First we're gonna do is add some ground pepper. Nice fresh ground pepper to the soup. Like I said, you can put as much as you want. I got about a half a teaspoon in there already. And I'm gonna add a little bit more. And we'll add some salt. I got some kosher salt here too. Like I said, there's a lot of soup here, a lot of water, so this may seem like a lot of salt, but it really is not. And we're gonna add some thyme leaves and some Italian seasoning. Like I said, not a lot of salt in there. It may look like that, but this is gonna feed a lot of people. And this is going to fill up the water. And you can always add your own salt and seasonings at the end of your soup. Spiced up, but I don't think you're really going to need anything. So, mix that around really good. And then we're going to add some water. And we'll let that simmer for about 20 minutes as we get our noodles on. So we'll just add the water. I'm using his pitcher water, filtered water. Delicious. You want to overfill it either. That's about good. Because we don't want it to simmer over. We'll give that a quick stir and put a lid on it for 20 minutes, and we'll taste the broth and see if it needs a touch of anything. But seriously, I doubt it. This is a great soup. You can't buy this soap. And like I said, it's great to pass the time away and a great hobby. So we'll bring that to a boil and let it simmer for 20 minutes, and we'll be back. Checking on the soup. It's starting to come to a simmer. Give it a quick stir off of them. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at all those vegetables. I mean, you could put it with some noodles. You don't have to put it with noodles. You could just eat it like this. If you're watching your carbs, cut the noodles out. You could also add rice if you want. But for a low-calorie dish, hey, you can't beat this. Can't beat it. So we'll let this simmer, like I said, for about 20 minutes, and we'll check back on it. Too bad you guys don't got smell-o-vision. Beautiful. All right, here we go. This is a beautiful soup. There's, like I said, you could put noodles on the side to add it in, and the flavor is outstanding. You'll love this soup. Like I said, you could freeze this soup, have it for your home face. It's a nice soup. Oh my God, beautiful. All the flavors. You got the mushrooms, all vegetables. Beautiful. You could add what you want to it. If you like chicken, add chicken to it. Make it a chicken soup. If you like beef, cut up a steak, throw it in. It's a nice hearty soup. Plain like this, outstanding. You'll be amazed with all these flavors of the vegetables. Unreal. And guess what? No chemicals, no preservatives. This soup is excellent. All right, see you next time. Until then, keep it moving, keep it flowing.